We're here with Scott Rowe. He's the National Sales Director for Renatus, which is a real estate investment education company. And he's in town along with some other higher-ups within the company to put together a regional seminar for a lot of the members here in Arizona. And Scott, for a lot of the members, especially the new ones who just joined, they may not understand or recognize what the state of the company is at this point in terms of its finances, its goals, so on and so forth. So can you share with us a little bit about what's happening with Renatus right now?
Well, I don't know specifically what the state of the finances is because I'm not that guy, right? I can tell you what the goals for me. Right now, I have half of the IMAs in the country that are actually repping Renatus. So our goals are to make sure that every city becomes just like the one we're in right now. What we have seen happen in Scottsdale here as far as explosion is fantastic. So, you have a small group of people, and this is good for everybody around the country because, you start with a small group of people that has just, they stick together with an idea wrapped around a platform like Renatus. It really does give you a conduit where you don't have to be the genius that came up with Renatus. You just get to use it. And the using it is, A, you can make money right away, and B, you can do real estate. And I think what Scottsdale's now doing because of a couple of kids that came out of Utah here, Michael Huggins and John O'Neill, is they've really got the real estate ramped up, right? So they were pulling people in, they've now got the real estate ramped up, you see deal after deal after deal after deal being done, and that's exactly what we want to do around the country, right? So every city that doesn't have us yet, now we might be in a city, you might have plans. I have people all over the country that work from home, they don't have anything to connect to. Eventually it coagulates to a point where you've got a community that supports each other, right? That's really the state of the union right now is we've got 60 communities around the country that are working together. But that's only 60. That's not hundreds yet, right? So the nice thing about the opportunity to work with Renatus is that hasn't happened. And you can actually benefit from that growth monetarily. So the last 5 years and 9 months, my wife and I made $2 million, pushing the train, so to say, getting that thing started, because we know that Renatus started in 2011. So they paid us $2 million to help get that going, and they're willing to pay you too. So we're just average Joes. And by planting seeds in cities that we weren't in, and then telling the person, we're going to work with you online, we're going to build a community around the idea in your city. And today we have 60 communities around the country that are now working together on a weekly basis, doing deals together. But that's not how many cities are in the United States. So the State of the Union is we're just getting started, right? I mean, the name is just getting out there, and so it's still in momentum, like the build. So
a lot of people who may not be part of Renatus may be looking at it. As you stated last night, when you first got into this, you couldn't believe the commission structure, 50% split. Yeah. How does a company stay in business with that aggressive of a commission structure?
Well, the CEO doesn't need a Gulfstream jet, that's why. Right? So, when you have these people on the top of a company that start harvesting the lower efforts, right, that's when a company's going in trouble. When they start buying Gulfstream jets and they start buying yachts, that's the challenge. The guy that's at the head of Renatus is very grounded in his church, right? He's very conservative. So he is liquid across. He doesn't have any debts. Like Renatus owns his building. There's no outstanding debts on anything as far as paying instructors on some type of invoicing that's credited. So that's how they do it. They run lean, right? And they're allowing, here's the thing, Renatus, the founder, let's talk about Bob Snyder, actually gives 70% of every dollar that comes into Renatus. 30% is kept for infrastructure, instructors, building, gas, heat, air, whatever, the employees that work at head office. However, then 70% goes out to the field. What does that do? That motivates anybody that's coming through the door and says, listen, if you'd like to work with us, they're willing to give you a 15% commission split. Plus, if you've got good management skills, then you can make overrides in this company and work from home. That's pretty motivating, right? So the most important thing that Renatus isn't the office, right? So they don't put a lot of money into the office, so to say. They don't have a nice you walk into Renatus, you're not, they haven't spent a lot of money on the building itself because the only thing they do there is teach classes. What they do is they put money into us, right? So on the commission splits, I didn't have a job when I started. I was in trouble, and I never needed a job since then. Right? They started paying me twice a week, $1,000 to $10,000 on those commission splits off the education. So by pouring the money back into individuals who want to do real estate, they're able to quit their jobs, which creates time for them to actually look at properties. The last 9 weeks they paid us $162,000. You can buy single-family homes for $162,000 and then rent them right away. So you're able to take your cash flow, put it into something you can have equity in, and then get cash flow again. Right, so this is why is Renatus able to do it? Because the guy at the top of it is a genius. That's your question, right? That was a long answer. But.
So some short-term and long-term goals for Renatus. What do you see? Where do you see this company right now? Where do you see it headed? What's the end game?
Goals. The short-term goal is they've got this fantastic. We're stepping into the digital age, right? A lot of the folks right now we're in like 30-year trainings and technologies and. At the National, there's a software launch that's going to happen at the Nationals in March. So it's a good time to get in now because when that thing hits, you'll be making money like crazy. So there's going to be a software launch that actually takes Renatus to the next level. That's a short-term thing. So we're going to be the kind of stuff we're going to be able to do digitally across the internet and information systems out there is going to be incredible in March. So that's the short-term goals. The long-term goals again is probably just to make sure that cities are built all over the country, right, using the system. I think with that short-term goal, we're going to do a lot with it.
So bottom line is the state of Renatus, the state of the union for Renatus, more millionaires. More not high net worth people.
Yeah, you know what? Look, I made $159,000 my first year, right? I did 5 deals, wholesale deals that got me $31,000. We did 1 fix and flip that year and 1 buy and hold. Today we're attached to 129 rentals, right? And the stuff that's happening, like I just got out of the room here, and there's guys that are doing deals like 5 deals a year, making $200,000 a year. Plus that's eclipsing their marketing money. Whereas my marketing money was big, and then I slowly got into real estate. You're seeing so much real estate happen these days that people are getting into deals making way more in their first year on the real estate than they are on the enrolling side. So. Fantastic.
Scott Rowe, National Sales Director for Renatus, real estate investment education company. You want to find out more about how you can get involved with this, you find guys like Scott Rowe, you find guys like Bob Snyder, you find somebody within Renatus, they'll help you out.
Actually, you know what you should do? You just stopped? Here's what you should do. I've got a 15-minute briefing you should probably get on. It's 15 minutes. It explains exactly what we're doing around the country and how you could fit in. It makes it easy for you to make a decision on starting or not. So.
There you go. We'll make that video accessible to anybody who wants it.